abundance. Share this with a divine masculine. Blessed be damage. Abundance, my divine masculine brothers. You know, we're going to really have a conversation today. We're going to have a real conversation. I tried to do this video. I tried to record this video, and Spirit was like, nope, you got to go live with this one, because sometimes when you record a video, you got to think too much. And for some real messages, for all my messages, it's difficult to think. But for messages like this that come in and say, yo, deliver this, because when I get a message that I got to go live for, the information comes in and I'm told to deliver it to the people, the ones who are going to hear it. Now, I normally don't save my replays on Instagram. What I'll do is I'll put them on YouTube and I'll just piece them together for Instagram. I might do it. I don't know if I want to save it. If y'all want me to save it, let me know. But we really got to talk today, divine masculines, and let me know if this same information is coming in for you as well, because many of you are getting this information too. Now, I know we're moving into the matriarchal, they say, you know, where the feminine energy takes precedent. But, you know, there has not been enough conversations about where the masculine is in this particular part. Like, where does the masculine fit in? Because a lot of, you know, women are very supportive of each other. But what we don't find in our family, or at this time, are masculines who are really talking that real shit to each other. And I'm not saying there's not masculines talking that real shit, but I'm talking about, like, where do we fit in with the shift, right? Because we are just as important as the matriarchal, the feminine, because we have feminine in us as well. Like, that's glazed over a lot. But I don't feel like women were the ones that were supposed to be speaking about it. They're supposed to be doing what they're doing, helping each other out. But as far as us, we need to be doing what we're doing, helping each other out too. You know? So we're gonna start this talk so y'all can really understand that why you were under this heavy fire ever since before you even knew what the fuck you was. Like, I mean, we're gonna really go there today. All right, we're going to have a real conversation, because if you're a divine masculine, but if you are a melanated divine masculine, it was even wilder for you as a child. And I'm going to talk about some things today that I know you have experienced in your life, and I'm going to give you some answers to why. Now, first things first, I want you to understand that you have been going through a divine authority initiation your entire life. Your entire life has been an initiation to what it is you are about to carry. See, in this new world that we're going back to, because this is where we come from, this is how we actually move. The way this world was structured at this time was a structure of imbalance. But we had to see it this way, because if we didn't see it this way, we wouldn't know what to fix. If we didn't personally experience, we wouldn't know what to fix. So us divine masculine authority figures came here as one of the people, Klaximic, came here as one of the people to be able to experience what their plights were, so we understand how to fix this particular game over here, because we have many planets that we have authority over, but many of the top tier divine masculines have come to this planet to really just balance this bad boy out, which is why many of your missions have been challenging ever since you were born. All right, we're going to go back to the beginning. Have you experienced a lack of love in your life from the feminine, the first feminine that you had encounter with, which was your mother, and then your family members? Have you experienced that in your life ever since you were a child? The lack of feminine love, and okay, the lack of masculine principles and teaching. It was like many of your fathers either weren't there, or your fathers didn't teach you how to be a proper masculine. When these two imbalances happened to many of you in your lives at an early age, it created imbalance within you. And because you were a masculine of a divine authority, a protector, you expressed your imbalance in very imbalanced ways, such as many of you maybe have become womanizers. Many of you may have been violent. Many of you have expressed yourselves in your younger years in a way where it may have gotten you into trouble, right? Many of you have created karma from this lack of teaching in your life. Well, this was set up by you on purpose, so you could see what the problem was, and you could hold all the experiences to be able to help the future. See, many of you have now have the wisdom to be able to help the future and the present beings that are here right now. You did this to yourself on purpose. You put yourself through an initiation before you receive your ability back, your power back, your authority back. But in order for that to happen, you had to create imbalances in your early years to be able to create the karma for yourself, okay? Because by that imbalance, you did things that you didn't know the repercussions for at the time where you were doing them. And in your 20s, maybe your teenage years, you begin to experience the repercussions of not having proper leadership and love in your life at an early age. I'm gonna let that sit with you. Right. Many of you, mostly all of you, all right, have been under heavy fire from authority figures your whole life. If you're a melanated male, anytime you get into a car, you have to look over your shoulder. If you're a melanated male, when you see another melanated male, you have to look over your shoulder. What is this disdain that we have for each other? Who put that inside of us? Now, every melanated male is not your family. That's one thing. Everybody who looks like you is not your kinfolk. And you have seen it, melanated male, because you are someone different. Divine authority figure of this planet. You are someone different. You are not the body that you hold. You're the energy that you hold. You're not the body. Okay? And many of you along the line have thought that you were the body. You're not the body. You're just in this body, which holds the genetic memory to this planet. See, there are some divine authority figures that do not have melanin. And there are other divine authority figures that do have melanin, but you hold on to the genetic memory of this particular planet. You see, when you choose the melanated body, either by your authority or by your choice, and you can choose certain things by your authority in other places, you can choose particular bodies to experience particular things, but also to have the genetic connection to this particular planet. Sorry, English sometimes, y'all. English. Stick with me because it be coming in as I be speaking sometimes. All right. Now, when you hold on to the genetic memory of this planet, as well as a genetic memory of where you come from, but you are here on this planet before you realize you hold either or, many things will begin to test and to oppose you before you even realize you're being opposed. This is a test. Now, the mistakes that you feel like you made, either with the choices that you had made when you were younger, were not a mistake. You had to make these so you can become the man that you are today. Your father couldn't be there and couldn't teach you, because if your real fathers may have taught you what they knew, you would not be who you are today. Many of our fathers are younger than us by millions of years. They were just beings that brought us here through their genetic bloodline, but many of them were not what we needed. So we needed to actually figure it out on our own. Many of our mothers were not able to give us the love because we chose them, so they could not give us the love, so we could find it within ourselves. Do you realize that as the protector and the authority figure here on this planet, you're going to be giving both to a lot of people that you're going to be creating and that you're going to be teaching in this realm, either now or in the near future. Remember in my video that I said, we don't play about our woman, we don't play about our children, we don't play about our animals, and we don't play about our land. So guess what they did here to us? They played with all of them, right? The first one was the woman. They used the woman in her unhealed state to test you at every turn. Your mothers, your sisters, your cousins. First, when you were a young man, right? Then, and it seemed like many of you were alone. Like, why did it always feel like we are like? It felt like you were alone. It felt like you didn't bond with your male cousins. It just felt like you were alone. Like they picked on you or something like that. Because inside of them, they could feel who you really were. You were not the same. You never have been the same. And this is the reason why. Because you are a divine authority figure. And whether they knew it consciously or subconsciously, they was at your neck before you even had the ability to protect yourself. Divine authority figure. Because we talk, like women talk about the matriarch all the time, but they don't mention the fact that the masculine is right next to her. And many masculines have the same types of abilities as she has, the same type of connection as she has. We are also the expression of source with feminine and masculine polarities as well. Forget that. Right? Now, many masculines that you see aren't making it. They're not going to make that because they refuse to heal and they're too fucking logical. I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about you. Because many out here, masculines, have tried to be you. They have tried to be what you are going to become, what you are becoming, what you are right now. Right? They have tried to take your position and destiny swap you before you realize what the fuck you was. You seen it. They was trying to be you the whole time with your balance within. But the thing is, they gave themselves up because they were too fucking logical. And now that shit's coming out because they have no abilities to manifest. No abilities are manifesting because it comes from the feminine aspect, which you don't need to read. You are the book. Your experience creates the book. Your experience turns on the genetic memory, which is the book, because you already have an internal wisdom to you from the jump. It was just that your experiences had to happen in that way to be able to activate that book within inside of you. Those many books that are inside of you. I remember around the age of 33, because before 33, I was a train wreck. But something about 33, right? When I became 33, I just knew how to raise. I just knew what kind of father I had to be. I just knew what kind of man I had to be. I just knew it. It just like they turned on. right? I hadn't done no plant medicine yet, nothing like that. It was just like I wanted to become a better man at 33, right? I just knew. Now I realize now that we have this internal system inside of us that is meant to come online and begin to calibrate us. So when we realize that we are those beings of divine authority, we will now take a higher perspective, outlook on everything that has happened around us, everything that is happening around us. Because I know as you are now realizing that you're going through an initiation of many things, of divine authority, of great responsibility, many things are going to be tested. Your rage, your anger is one of the first things that is tested, because the fact of the matter is, when you begin to have children, before you realize who you are, you normally choose a counterpart that is not for you in the future. And because of that, there are systems in place to enslave you if you make that decision. And many of you have made the decision to have children with beings or being that is not who you're supposed to be with when you become who you're supposed to become. And because of that, many of you have had children that have been used to mess with the things that you love the best. Because one of the things that is an agenda that is pushed is the fact that black fathers are not good fathers. And that is a lie. That is a total lie. But there are things pushed at you, fathers, that make you have to actually disengage, because it's an extraction of energy. And when you realize your mission, you have to be able to, because my voice is going through a calibration, y'all. Hold on. It's going through a calibration. You have to initiate, okay? You have to initiate this. I lost my train of thought. You have to initiate this to happen to you so you can realize what it is you got to do in life. But they got to happen to you like this, right? Because when they begin to mess with you through your children, it's about what it is you do after that point. Because they're going to test you. They're going to try you. They have tested you. They have tried you. That's why the system is designed in this way. Because the woman in her unhealed state will utilize the fact that she can't have you anymore, and she will use your children as a pawn against you, divine masculine. But in your divine positions of authority, that can never happen. So it will happen now. Before you are back in your position of power, because that is meant to extract energy from you so you never realize who it is you are and are becoming. Because as long as you're being extracted in that way, I want you to think about your money, and I want you to think about your time. So court and all this visitation stuff that they do to us, right? It takes you out of your natural position of power, because it takes a village to raise a child. Takes a village. In our communities that we used to have, that we are about to have again, we did not spend time. We didn't spend the time that the mother is supposed to spend with the child. We spent time with the child to instruct, and then we went back to our positions of protection and authority. The mother did her nurturing, and then she would be able to give her children to the community so they could teach them their crafts and their arts. And she was living her life too. But when you have children in this society, either one of you or both of you lose pieces of you in order to raise that child, because it's not supposed to be two people just raising a child. It's supposed to be a whole community. And the thing about many of your parents is many of your parents were not the grandparents that you remember. That was done on purpose. That was done on purpose to extract your energy so you both never realize who it is you are and who it is you're about to become. So they were used against you, right? Because you're going through divine initiation right now. Masculine and feminine are both going through divine initiation right now. This is why your life has been so challenging, right? More challenging than other beings that seem to be walking through the street. I have no problems. Simulation. Not real. You are the only thing real in your reality. until you meet another being like you that is real and you can feel it, because energy doesn't lie. It doesn't lie, right? But you're going through your divine initiation. So what you do with your woman, right? Your woman, you normally will, when you begin to wake up, even before you wake up, you get beings that extract your energy, but you don't realize it's being extracted, but you're still going through a test to see what you do. And many of you make mistakes at that time. Those mistakes were made, so at the time where you are reflecting back on those mistakes, you don't make them again. So those mistakes had to be made because you do everything on purpose, right? Another thing is the fact that when you wake up, because you're not fully awake when you just wake up, right? And you just realize like this world is some bullshit. So what you want a female to kind of settle you down a little bit, right? I get it. So what do? You choose the female based off of what you reflect at the time of your current healing. But because you're not where you need to be right now, you're probably going to attract the karmic because of the things you did in the past. So you can see what it is you did to people when you were in your unhealed state. So you get a karmic. And that karmic normally puts you through a lot, because as you begin to wake up and you want this karmic to elevate with you, the karmic refuses to change with you, refuses to grow with you. The karmic may put you through many things. The karmic may cheat on you. The karmic is going to show you many things that you've done to other people in your life when you were sleeping. So you can never do it again, setting you up for the next to come, either a twin flame or your divine counterpart. Does this make sense to y'all? I mean, does this make sense? This is how you are very strategic in this game, divine masculine. Your higher self is working on a higher level, divine masculine, and many of our stories are identical with different people in it, because this is how divine initiations go. Does this make sense to you? I'll wait. Does this make sense? You ain't going to just sit here and watch. Does this make sense to you? I know many people are watching just to watch and they never speak up. You people who are watching and never speak up, some of you are just watching because you're haters, and some of you are watching because you just want to see, like you just want to be entertained. I'm not here for your entertainment. I'm here for growth. You understand? I'm here for growth and elevation. So those who stuck with me throughout this time, even through my attacks that I went through this year and last year, gratitude to you. Those who came against me as a result of not realizing what was going on because of my position and the kind of attacks that I was going to go through, go over there. I have no anger or no resentment towards you. It's just that you made your choice. Aquarius is we don't play them. We don't play that shit. We realized who was fucking with us when we were going through shit. We realized who was fucking with us when we rising. Because when we rising, many beings are going to try to come back around to us. And I see all of you. Everybody who was against me, I see all of you. I can see that shit. Like, you don't realize we exist in many realms. We can see that shit. So many beings that have come against you, they think that you don't see them, divine masculine, and you see them loud as fucking clear. Like, you can see them. But we don't hold no anger because we're balanced now. But we can still see you. My class will be down next. So back to it before I digress. Y'all know how I do. Because Spirit told me to do a live video. And you know what's funny? A lot of people be wanting me to not do live videos. Like people I talk to be telling me, like, you talk too much, right? Like, isn't that the point of telling the truth? Sometimes you're going to talk and you're going to say what's on your mind. You know, like, it gets you in trouble, though. Like, my existence gets me in trouble. The fact that I exist gets me in trouble because, so I might as well just say what's on my mind. You know what I mean? Like, I might as well just tell the truth. But there's been a lot of beings that have come to me in the past months or years that have tried to stop me from doing particularly live videos. Interesting now. Many beings might try to get you to stop talking too, because they realize that when you are tapped into your internal balance, divine masculine, your voice is just as powerful as the feminine's voice, because you're tapped into your feminine aspects of your creation. And when you speak, you create your reality. And if you speak to other beings from that particular energy, you help them create their reality, because when they hear your voice, it does something to their spirits, whether you speak a divine language or this English language, because it's the soul that is penetrating the other being that is your reflection, that also has that inside of them as well. And it reminds them of what they have too. Next. So let's go back to your woman. So you normally set these scenarios up in your relationships with karmics and beings that, have children with you, so they can try to continue to attack you in your awakened state. Because normally when you realize you have a powerful legacy, you've had a couple of children that reflect your past self. And when you begin to step back in your power, the beings that you had children with will try to siphon your power through those children or child or whatever your scenario is. Y'all know the choice that I made at that time. I could not help them at that position, because that position means I'm siphoned. I have to get back into my divine authority so I can be able to help all that I can help. Right? Because with divine masculines, if you are a divine masculine still in the system still has access to you. But when you're in your divine authority, you are the new system. And the system now is dictated by you. And that's how I prefer to raise children in anybody. Because once you realize that you are what you are, and all that is happening around you being siphoned, tested, all that stuff, it's just like you can't ignore it now. And if you try to ignore it, you will experience rage and anger that sometimes comes out in a way where you do not want it to come out. I'll give you an example. So when many of you began to realize who you were, many beings that you could not physically touch because you would go to jail for it, tried to get a rise out of you while you were trying to govern yourself, before you even realized you were trying to govern your internal faculties. And because you felt powerless, because that's how the system is designed, right? Because you felt powerless at times, it continued to use that powerless feeling against you, so you can be able to put your rage into other things that will draw imbalance into your life, like fighting people. Many of you fought a lot as a young man, and many of you, just ask it, brother, many of you fought a lot when you were an adult, but in a different way. And it also got you in trouble. You fought yourself. If you don't know where to put this rage and anger, you will also be dissipated as well. If you also have a high sex drive, and all of us do, you will put this into something else. Because a lot of times when a masculine does not receive love from his mother, instruction from his father, and he has anger, he tries to put it into sex. And sex, with all that imbalance, and then he puts it into sex. Huh? No, I'm not going to bring you up because I don't know you, brother. I don't know you. So ask the question there, because I don't know you. You never hit me up in my DM. I don't know you, brother. Much respect to you, but I don't know you. Okay? But a lot of masculines will dissipate their energy into sex because of imbalance inside of them. It happens. It's happened to all of us. We got the same initiations, y'all. It's happened to all of us. And you don't realize why you be trying to have so much sex with these females. It's because you're hurting. It's because you're looking for love. And it's because you're angry at the same time, so you be taking it out on her. And then you make a child based off of that particular energy. And do you hear me? Like, do you hear me right now? Like, what? Because as we begin to heal, we get told everything that we do. Bruh, please do not get in your feelings. Infinite. Please, everybody, please tell this young man, do not get in his feelings, because I can tell you're in your feelings right now. This is what happens when an older divine masculine talks to a younger one that's not healed. When they tell them instruction, they want it their way and they act like the feminine, imbalanced. I gave you instructions. Put it in the question circle if you want to ask a question. Please, I know you're trying to learn. I have a son your age. It's how I would talk to my son. I have a son exactly your age. Just like I would talk to him, follow the instructions, young man. Ask the question. Klaxumianix. Question circle. Correct? I may look young, but that's just my earth body. I'm very old in my soul. But my age in this realm is almost 44. Young man. Young man. Young man. Anyway, okay, so y'all, these are the young men that we have to help. And we have to come to these young men in love. I'm coming to you with love, young man. Okay? Ask the question in the question circle. All right? Because we need you, right? We need you to be able to follow instructions at this time as we're moving. Because a lot of us divine masculines have been through a lot of things that we're trying to prevent y'all young men from going through. Okay? This is why many of us have gone through the things that I'm breaking down right now. So you don't have to do it. We are holding the weight of our entire generation in us divine masculines. Some of this rage that you feel, especially when you wake up, is not your rage. It's not. It is the rage of your ancestors that have been through the pain that you're experiencing right now at a heightened rate. And because they exist in you, next. I'm gonna have to get you out of here if you disrupt some more. I'm gonna give you one more warning and then you gotta go, young man. Somebody help this young man. I can feel his energy. Somebody help him. Because he's throwing off the chat. And he's young and I'm trying to help him, but he don't get it. A lot of these young men also have a lot of feminine energy inside of them as well because they don't have fathers and they were raised by a mother and they took on her energy and her imbalance. You can always tell. You can always tell, right? But back to my question. Back to what I was talking about. You have to realize that you're not holding on to just the rage of you. It's not just about you. You were selected by them, which is also you. It's just your family, right? It's just your family, right? It's just your family. And you have to realize that in order for you to do your mission in this reality, family, you had to hold their weight. And the reason why you were selected to do that, because you are going to know what to do with that weight when it comes to you. But at first, you think it's just you. You think you're just so angry. You think you just want to murk everybody. You think it's just you. No, it's them too, family. It's them too. And you go through this so you can develop the wisdom for the future generations, right? So you hold the weight of the past, you're correcting it now, and you teach the future. Are you getting it now? Weight of the past in you, right? Wisdom for the future. I gotta remove you now. I gotta remove you. Sorry, bro. Sorry. He don't get it. He's not listening. Y'all, he's not listening. He's not listening. This is the problem with these youth. They are really cooked out here. And he, you know, like I feel for this young man because I have a son his age. And I went through a lot of these things with my own sons. You know, I feel him because I was him. Now I would never come to a live video and do that. Never. But these young kids, they don't have respect for their elders, because everybody who's been around them has just been older. And they got all this energy, they got all this rage, they got all these emotions, and nobody's teaching them about this. They can't even follow simple instruction. You see how discombobulated? I told the young man how to answer it, and he just couldn't do it because he's hurt. He's hurt. He's hurt. If anybody else has any questions, put them in the question circle. I would love to answer your questions. But I just don't bring people on live, because if I don't know you, what is your agenda for being on my live? You don't know the kind of energy that's over here is different. You ain't going to just be on your live self-promoting. I used to do that with people, and they would be on here self-promoting, just try to knowledge wordsmith. Like, we over here speaking real. Your knowledge over this platform should come from your gained experience, not your wisdom that you acquired in a book. Because you don't acquire wisdom in a book, you acquire knowledge in a book. But your wisdom is acquired through the books that you live in life, because your life is also a book. What wisdom have you acquired from that? Family. Cluster be dynamics. So all this stuff that you're holding on to, you're holding on to it for many things. Past, present, future. You had to create the past scenarios from your previous life experiences because you had to create karma. Right? You had to create the karma. If you didn't create the karma, you wouldn't have gained the experience to help somebody else not create the karma. See, a lot of young men are about to come to you very soon, if they aren't already. And they're not used to a true masculine. They're used to other types of masculine. They're used to the masculine that either wordsmiths, or the masculine that's just trying to be cool and be in the street. And the rapper masculine, or the athlete masculine, or all that bullshit, right? But you are the real masculine here on this plane of existence. And you're about to teach them, and you're about to shock them with the way you are, because you're stern, you're disciplined, you lead by example, right? There's nothing that you're telling them to do that you haven't done, or that you're not doing. They're not used to that. They're used to their mother's energy. And when women are not meant to raise men, they're not. They're not. Because in order for a woman to raise a man, she has to take on a polarity of masculinity that now takes her out of her femininity. And she don't have the imbalance. She's chosen a partner that takes her out of the imbalance. So for her to raise a masculine, it's almost impossible. It is impossible. If you look at the stats of it, it is impossible. She is not equipped to raise a masculine. And a man is not equipped to raise his children without her either. We're not equipped to do this mission of raising children without each other in balance. This is why in the past, in ancient times, we made sure we were in balance, and the community also made sure we were in balance before we even procreated at all. Are you another one, Love Bug? Because I feel like you're another one because you're talking to me in caps. Don't talk to me in caps. I didn't block him. I removed him. He has another opportunity. Do not talk to me in caps. You better come with y'all don't understand. Y'all better come to me with respect. Don't be coming to me talking to me like I'm some regular dude out here. I'm not. Please. I'm not the one. I will get you the fuck up out of here. I'm not that. None of us are that. And this is the beautiful thing about us being back in divine masculine position of power. Beings knowing their place. Beings knowing their place. This is a society where beings think they can just talk to anybody the way they want to. You can only do that because you don't know true authority yet. You know this Caucasian authority. You know that. You know that. But you know what? Aether, it could be the government, but we gonna alchemize. I'm gonna get into the alchemy too. We gonna alchemize that because these particular people allow me to actually alchemize it for a whole new topic, and I love it. So we use this because as divine masculines, we are master alchemists as well. We take these ops and then we flip them for our rise. Dunk them when they head, and we flip the experience for our rise. We're masters at that. We've been doing that ever since birth, right? We were doing it before we realized we were doing it. Whenever we went through adversity, what we do? We get angry. We take the anger. We don't put it out there. We put it in here, and we flip it for our rise. That's what we do, right? Understand that. Understand that. I love to flip things for our rise. This is what we do. So when you in the position of power that we're moving into, we are getting back. We are getting back to our divine position. And there are too many Indians out here thinking they can talk to chiefs any old kind of way. I'm going to say it again. There are too many Indians talking to chiefs any old kind of way. And that time's about to end. Because in the time that's coming, if you're an Indian disrespecting a chief, you're going to get your ass whooped. So you'll never do that again. Because you don't talk to certain beings in certain ways. You think that because they think that because we online and we're at a distance and there are laws here that we can't touch them in other ways. They don't know who we really are. They don't know how we move on the higher levels. We can just sit down and say, oh, I got you. And we go get them later on. And there are things that begin to happen in their lives. Hold on, y'all. I got to do something real quick. But you actually will get blocked, love bug. You actually will get blocked. See, he didn't get blocked, but you're going to get blocked. So I used you and now you got to go. But this is a beautiful thing because they don't realize who we are on higher levels. But I get it. I get it because nobody ever really taught them. And you can only teach certain beings through the experience of encountering a being you never should have fucked with. Now, many of our ops that have tried to stop us throughout this mission that thought they had a chance to stop us are receiving much of their karma right now. Right? Right? Many of our ops are realizing, yo, damn, I thought that I could really fuck with them. They really that? They really a grand master teacher? They're really a primordial deity? And I'm really a lower ranking being that was actually utilized based off of my unhealing to try to attack them. And I didn't realize that was a contract. And now I got to go through my karma because of my cockiness and my unhealed nature. I mess with them and now I'm getting my ass whooped all over the place while they're rising and about to receive their divine authority. But they use me for that. You can't be telling me that. Yeah, we're telling you that. And, you know, there's no real order on this planet. There is not. There are Caucasian police that are thinking that they're order and they're not. They're just the authority figures that are placeholders, that are pawns that we're learning experience from of how not to run this shit. We're learning experiences from them. The way they abuse their power, we never do that. We don't abuse our power. We're learning from them. We've been studying them our whole life. We've been studying the hierarchy, lowerarchy here our whole lives. Right? We've been studying it. Because we are the hierarchy, the true hierarchy, the original beings of this planet. And many others. This ain't the only planet we rock. This is not the only planet that we be protecting. This is not. We be jumping from round to round doing what we do. Because it's the energy. We are not bodies, y'all. We are divine energy. Expression of source moving in bodies to be able to fulfill certain roles. But we are not the body. We are the energy. What is the energy that you are housed with? What is in your body? You know it. People can feel the energy. Right? And all these things that have happened in your life, you've alchemized it and gotten stronger. You've alchemized it and gotten stronger. You alchemized it and gotten stronger. And you were a master alchemist before you even realized you were a master alchemist. But in order to realize you were a master alchemist, you had to have all these things happen. So please be grateful for your building, your initiation, because you were not going to get this responsibility back as a regular human. You had to realize that you were more. If all of a sudden, before you were truly healed, you just boom, the sun just activated you and you got your divine authority back, you would have blown the whole freaking state up. because you would have had all this unhealed rage, unaddressed rage. You don't know where to put it, and then you just were directed outward. It would have just murked the animals, murked the people, murked everything. Right? And many of us had to go through these unbalanced states to be able to teach you what it looks like, what you're feeling right now. How many masculines? I'm gonna give y'all one. I'm about to give y'all one good one. I know y'all. I know if you're on a level of activating, this is what happening to you. How many masculines in this chat have an unusually high sex drive, no matter what age you are? Put a 1 if you have an unusually high sex drive at this particular time right now. It's like, what the fuck, am I in high school again? Hey, Beyond, put that question in the question circle so I don't lose train of thought, please. Much love to you, brother. I know it's a little delay, so I'll wait. How many males, right? How many males, in order to free Dr. York, you must free yourself. You can't free anybody from a prison. I'm going to say it again. No more people say free this, free that if you still locked up. You can't free nobody when you're in a prison. Cut it out. Much love to you though, brother. We gotta go beyond just saying free people when you are locked up too. Free, that's just something we be saying, but we don't be like, it don't be meaning nothing. Because you still in the prison too. That don't mean shit. You want to free Dr. York, free yourself. Simple as that. Cut it out, y'all. These sayings, though, cut it out. Please. That's a brother coming to you with love. That's just some bullshit we be saying for nothing. Infinite Foe is actually not. Oh, that must you must be a family member of his or something. You must be okay. I see you coming a mile away. Let me get you out of here. There we go. All right. Okay. So now, you males that have an unusually high sex drive, right? That is because of your creative energy that is coming online. Your creative energy is coming online for a reason. First, your creative, whatever it is that you are creating right now, many of us masculines are creating magnificence in private. These scripts that I have been creating are quantum surgery, healing, restructuring reality type shit that I'm not even going to put them online. They're too advanced now, right? And I don't want nobody trying to take them. And a lot of y'all you got a lot of sexual energy because you're supposed to be putting that somewhere. That's your creative energy. Create whatever it is you feel called to create, because at this time, you're supposed to be listening to your aspects, your feminine aspects of direction. See, your masculine aspects are logical, right? Many of your masculine aspects, logic. But your feminine aspect is flow. So whatever you feel like doing, like they told the masculines in this time that like when you masculines feel is wrong, it's about what you think. No, that was a lie told to you by alpha males that really are not alpha males. They were disruption, they were distortions, whether they realize it or not. But your feeling is actually where you draw your power from. When you go to your feeling side, right? What do you feel like doing? Now, it's going to go against your masculine logic because your logic wants an explanation for literally everything. That's part of your ego, right? You have to kill aspects of your ego in order to tap into what it is you're truly here for. You know, not saying that you will not be logical because masculines are naturally logical. It's just that in order to tap into the feminine aspect, you must move into your feel, right? Move into your feel. What do you feel like doing? What do you feel like doing? Harness that and put it into something, because there's going to come a time where whatever it is you create, you're going to be harnessing and creating for a family. And then you're going to use that seed to create creations, physically out of you and whatever it is you've been harnessing. But now, because you're holding that seed in, you're also going to attract the right counterpart as well, or counterparts, because many of us are going to have more than one counterpart. Yes, masculines can have more than one counterpart, and we are. A lot of feminines say, well, us too. Like, I don't see that in my future. I don't see how we did that. I just don't. I mean, not on this level. So, because a female can a female can only have one child at a time. I can understand she can have a whole bunch of them, but one child? You talking about you want to have multiple husbands? I don't know. That don't sound too hill to me, but I'm gonna let it play out. Time doesn't matter. It's only a matter of time. The thing about these things that we see happen in the future, time always tells what happens. So I'm gonna just wait till that plays out. But I do know the masculine scientifically is designed to. He's given all these seeds for a reason, to plant them. But he shouldn't plant them when he's unhealed and in balance. Because if he plants those seeds that are in balance, it's a 50-50 shot that he's going to have imbalanced creations. So whatever it is you're creating now, you need to be putting your seed physically, like not your semen, but your seed, your energy of your seed, your seed energy, and seed it into whatever it is you're creating for your reality right now. Seed it into your manifestations, seed it into your exercise, seed it into your martial arts, seed it into your language, seed it into your mudras, seed it into loving yourself, seed it into focus, right? Because the seed is the physical representation of what it is you're doing inside of you. I'm going to say it again. Your seed, your semen, is the physical representation of what it is you're doing inside of you. So before you create this seed for the new world, whatever it is you have to do inside of you, do it now. Melek Siflig. Somebody said the imaginative side, aka feminine hemisphere, should precede the logical masculine hemisphere, for logic is only here back up the creative side. I agree. The feminine does precede, like the feminine is creation. It's where we come from. We were created from that of creation. Know who we are. I know who I am. Know what you are in this. Everybody has a role. Love your role. Don't try to find problems with your role. You chose this role for a reason. Don't try to find problems with it. Don't try to be the feminine. Too many masculines try to be the feminine. Cut that shit out. It's imbalance. You're trying to be the feminine, but you chose a masculine body, but you're trying to be the feminine? I can't get with it. No matter how many people try to gaslight me, I can't get with that shit. You're trying to be the feminine, but you're in a masculine body. And you're trying to gaslight me that imbalance is balance. The fuck out of here. It don't work for me. Don't work for me. Doesn't work. Looks like imbalance to me. You have a masculine body. You chose it. Why didn't you choose a feminine one if you wanted to be all feminine? Why you didn't choose a feminine one? Oh, okay. Diabolical work to me. That's where I stand with it. I don't give a fuck what y'all think about it. Kleksu be Danix. Kleksu make. That little dog see me. All right. Somebody said, "Oh, this is okay." Oh, I thought somebody else was going to ask another question. What does it mean about getting attacked by hundreds of zombie demonic-looking creatures? It was like they could sense I wasn't like them. It's happened twice. What you think it means? Like, this is an easy one. What do you think it means? It could be, okay, I'm going to give you what I think it means, and then you tell me what you think from that. A lot of y'all go to hell states and you're too fucking bright. So you go to a hell state because of some low vibrational stuff you did here. Either low vibrational food you ate, low vibrational movie you watched, and then you'll go to a hell state not realizing it, and then you're too bright in that hell state and they try to fuck with you. Right? That's what just came to me. And I'm told by spirit nothing else. There's other things, but for this person, check your frequency before bed, Because whatever your frequency is, sometimes you slip into a hell state and you're shining too bright for that hell state, and they be jumping on you because they want to suck your energy. Some energy vampires, like energy vampires, are all in hell state. So when you be shining bright, it's just like an amplified version of what happens here in this realm. Because even when you shine bright in this realm, you see how you get swarmed, right? You get swarmed in this realm. Wherever you go, you be getting swarmed, like the Matrix, right? This is what's happening here. So whenever you go to the store, that store wasn't packed before you got there. But as soon as you got there, in the aisle that you're in, everybody want to be around you. This hotel wasn't packed before I got here. But all of a sudden, every single time I get to a hotel, they running around the top ceiling and they moving all around me. Because why? Because you're bright and energy vampires want to siphon your energy. Also, you're going through initiations too to see what you will do in those hell states. Are you gonna? Is your nervous system calibrated to the point where these things don't affect you anymore? Because on new levels, they're new devils, but you got to be able to overcome the devils on this level too. So when you begin to calibrate your nervous system and begin to hone your internal faculties, there will be beings externally that are your mind that will try to get your attention and try to trigger you. Sometimes even in the astrals, to see if you're truly healed, because sometimes you have to unconsciously be attacked to see if you're unconsciously healed as well. See, when you're consciously attacked, you consciously are knowing it's an attack, and it's an attack. But what happens when you're subconsciously attacked in your dream state? Do you know it's an attack? Because when you're truly healed, you're also subconsciously healed as well. And it's just your natural way to be. Because your subconscious controls 95% of what it is you do. So just think about that. Just think about that. All right? Melik Solshikla Koenoxt. Elexufle Nomik. Azelezuvianex Saklai for Amalus. Abiganox. So glory Verix. All right. Now, here's another thing, family. Because of your high sex, I gotta unfollow somebody today because I was realizing that even though she might be a nature being, her profile picture is a little too sexual for me. Now, the reason why I just said that, because your sex drive is high, your subconscious mind will be attacked in your dream state. Because you you wake up hard every morning. Because you see a woman and because you just sexual energy, what the fuck do I do with it? It's a lot. So what will happen in your reality is there will be a lot of women that show up either on your timelines or in person, right? Now, I go to the lake a lot, right? I go to the lake a lot, like almost every day. And when my sex drive began to spike, there have been many women in my vision that are basically naked now. I'm like, y'all didn't all wear bikinis here. Not all of y'all, and not so many of y'all. What's going on here? Because I made sure my algorithm don't have that type of energy. But when I go to the beach, the lake mountain desert beach, women will try to entice me, because if that image is planted into my subconscious with a low vibrational thought, they will also enter into my dream state. And this is how a nocturnal emission will happen. What is a nocturnal emission? A nocturnal emission is a wet dream. What does a wet dream do? Extract your energy in your dream state? This is very dangerous for y'all. This has happened to me in the past. I'm like, why am I getting attacked in my dream state through sex? And now I wake up and I'm all fucking wet now, right? Because there were certain things about my subconscious mind that may have been lustful. And these beings have used images of beings that we have seen here and put them in our dream state so we can lose our creative energy there, so we can not be as full powered here. Right? Because I noticed that I'm like, whoa, hey, what's going on with all this And I live around. Well, I mean, I'm not living because this is my home, my temple, Kemet. But I'm here now in this place, and there's nothing but Caucasians here. No black women here at all. And our thought process about white women. They dangerous for black men. So what do? They flaunt white women all in front of my face every day I go to the park. Every day I go to the beach. They're all over the freaking place. Like I see, like other day, I use a funny story. This is when I knew. This is when I knew it was a setup. I'm like, oh, they trying to set my subconscious up, and it's really at the higher levels. It's really just your mind seeing where you are right now, so you can see where you're not and get that together too. So, because I don't really bang. I don't really like. I'm white women. No, it's dangerous for me, right? So, what they'll do, I'm out there on my paddleboard chilling, and this white girl, she comes in front of me on her paddleboard, and she begins to do yoga on her paddleboard. She goes upside down and she just spreads her legs right in front of me. I'm like, nigga, what is going on now? Not on my sex drive is like this. Like, what are you testing me for? But I'm like, okay, that's me testing me. So let me look this way and stay focused. So I got off my paddleboard and just started to swim. Like, let me put this energy somewhere because you just banged in front of me with a freaking bikini. You match with your bikini. So you look like you're naked. You start doing yoga in front of my face and you open your legs upside down. Like, you playing with me too much. Y'all playing. And every single time I go there now, they do it. And every single time I go back, it's more of them. And it's more of them. It's more of them. Like, yo, they're really trying to get my energy on some lustful stuff right now. Like something serious. And they is me externally, mind testing me, putting me through a divine initiation, because a divine masculine is not a lustful being. Now, it doesn't mean he cannot, what's the word I'm looking for? He cannot, I'm sorry, I lose this. What's the word? Oh, these words, I'm sorry, y'all. Let me breathe real quick. It doesn't mean, I know, right? It tested my purity, right? It doesn't mean that when you have a woman, you cannot, and you don't lust for her, but you are attracted to her. It doesn't mean you cannot be attracted to women, because we are attracted to women, right? But desire, there's the word I'm looking for, desire, right? When you have a woman, you desire them, right? So you can desire women as a divine masculine, but lustful thoughts are low vibrational. And when you are beginning to rise throughout your divine initiation for divine masculine authority, your lust will be tested as well, because when we attain true positions of power, there will be many women that will come to you. See, a lot of women say they won't now, but when those divine masculines are out here flying and can do all those magical things again, then we're going to see the energy. And then when you can't really find the rest of them that could do that, because then you're only going to want the top of the food chain. But that's going to come. So when we out here doing all those magical things again, then we're going to see the energy. But at that point, we need to make sure that lust is eliminated first. So what happens before that happens? When you're being trained up, what happens? Your lust, if any lust is there, is being tested. You will be tested. Your lust will be tested. If you have any lust inside of you, it will be tested so you can check it. Like, oh shit, I got some lustful thoughts. Let me check that. Because I don't like that. That's not who I thought I was. But now, if these butt naked women is all in front of me, right? And I got a little bit of lust in my heart, let me check that. Right? So when that comes, it's so you can check that. So when these women begin to come, you don't choose them based off of your lust for them, because they're going to be women that come to you. They got they got the looks, they got the body, they got all that, right? But if you got lust, you won't be able to make a higher mind choice. You'll make a lower mind choice, which creates the past that you already did that in the past. You chose women based off of how they look in the past, right? It's not just about looks, right? Now, of course, it's great to have a beautiful woman. Of course. I love beautiful women. Absolutely. To me, the best thing Source ever created was a woman. To me. Because of just what they have, their beauty. Like, oh, I love it. And that's why many of us got in our past. And that's why they use women like this. And that's why women use it against you. Even if they don't even realize it. A lot of women will use their sexual nature to lure you in. Even in the spiritual community. They will use it to lure you in. It's like you're posting, your photos are it's just like you don't realize what you're doing. You don't realize who's watching. And if you don't, that means you're unhealed and I have to leave you alone. Because you don't realize what these type of pictures, posting your ass all the time, even if you are in nature all the time, what that's doing to a man who's trying to heal. You don't realize that. So now I got to walk away. And I don't care if you're mad at me because I'm trying to heal. And your pictures that you're posting, claiming it's spiritual, are throwing me off at a time where my energy needs to be contained. Do you realize a being who looks like you will come into my dream state because I haven't mastered lust all the way yet? And I'm at a stage where that's presented to me now through your unhealed aspect that you don't realize you haven't addressed yet. I mean, do y'all see this? They be fishing way too much. And you can always tell. And they try to hide behind the fact that, well, I'm just, expressing my sexual nature for the world. The world has to see your whole body, the whole world. So is there nothing sacred? Is there nothing sacred? Because when you finally get a husband, you think he's going to want you to be posting your body all over the place? You think that? Oh, so there's nothing sacred. So I'm supposed to take you serious knowing how divine feminines are supposed to be, but there's nothing sacred. Your body, your breast, your booty is not sacred enough to actually keep to yourself for your husband. Oh, the whole world got to see it. Got you. Cool. But you're divine. All right. Cool. Bye. Gaslighting you. I ain't gonna fall for it. Because if you ever if they ever meet a real man of true divine nature and respect, he's not having it. He's not having it. He's going to tell you, take that shit down. I don't want everybody seeing my woman. So tell me, if my homies want to see my woman, all they gotta do is click on your profile picture or your Instagram. You're that easy. And you realize that as a woman, when women post these photos, men that have lust are putting their image in their mind and they're having sex with them in their minds. This is why I'm gonna give y'all something real. I'm about to go even realer because people don't want me to be real online. So I'm gonna go real online. 'Cause fuck y'all, right? Fuck telling me how to do my job. This is my divine job. Don't tell me how to do my fucking job. This is my job. I talk to the masculines, not you, Clark Simic, telling me not to post, telling me not to be real. Fuck y'all niggas. Anyway, we got so much inside of us. Sometimes we that's why I said we don't play, we don't fuck around. We got to contain this energy until the right time. But sometimes we want to, let's just hook somebody. Anyway, when I was early in my career online, because I've been creating content, I've been teaching people online for 12 years. before I even knew who I was. I was just trying to help people. My heart was always right. I was always just trying to help people. But I didn't realize how dangerous this job truly was, even when I was a health influencer. And I would do videos with my wife. I used to call, it was Mr. and Mrs. Intensity at the time, right? This is real shit. And I didn't realize that posting with my wife online would bring certain types of attacks to my relationship with my wife that I loved at the time more than anything in the world. I loved that woman to death, straight up and down. But I didn't realize that because I would talk about things online in my marriage, in my relationship, I sold a program about sexual energy, sexual manifestation, sexual drive, sexual performance called the Regeneration Program back then. And in the photo where I sold this program, she was looking at me very sexually. Now, because I posted online talking about certain things, talking about my love for her, and these types of things, there was a lot of men that did magic on me and her, right? That drew us apart because of both of our aspects that were not fully healed. I remember there was one time where we were laying in bed and somebody had tried it or did astral sex on her while we were in fucking bed, because I didn't realize the kind of warlocks that were out there at the time that could really have tried to get access to us, right? If you have a woman, that woman should be kept offline, because we don't realize the kind of beings that are online that can really fuck with our women's spirits, that can really mess with our spirits, right? And I had to have these experiences. She had to have these experiences for whatever healing it is we had to go through. We are no longer together. We are divorced. And I wish her the best of luck in life, you know? And we have a child together. And that child is where she is. And, you know, I wish her the best of luck. We don't talk on that level anymore. But I realize why all these experiences happen. To teach her and to teach me. But if you have a woman, she is sacred. And in this particular point in time, women are not treated like they're sacred because, one, they don't treat themselves as if they're sacred, but they want to say they're divine. But you're not treating yourself as you're sacred, letting all kinds of men lust over you, saying you're divine. How, Sway? How do we do both? How do we move back into this matriarchal mindset that women talk about, but they don't treat themselves as if they're sacred, but they want everybody else to respect them? You get mad when a man is in your timeline or looking at you lustfully, right, in public, but you're dressing, showing all of your goodies. See, a divine masculine doesn't want his woman to be on the catalog for the world. Now, yes, a lot of women have a nice body, and there's a way to present that body if you're going to be outside. But if you're butt-ass naked, how am I going to respect what it is you're projecting, right? Whatever it is you project is the true energy, not what you telling me, what you're showing me. Because your language of your body, the language of your clothes will tell me what it is you truly want. Don't be surprised when you get it. Put it in the question circle, Carly. I will give you all the information. Much love to you. Right? And as a divine masculine, I'm disappointed in a lot of feminines that think that they're divine, but you're butt naked online every other day. Now, you are made to be his counterpart. He is made to be your counterpart. This is the polarity. This is yin, yang, right? Yin, yang. But when you begin to attract other types of energies, you never attract your true counterpart. And this goes for the masculine. If the masculine is lustful, he will attract energy which brings that to him. He will attract women who bring that to him, who are hypersexual. Right? Now, it's not as easy for a man to attract a woman as if for a female, because all the female gotta do is go outside and put certain clothes on, and she's gonna have all this type of men. The thing about feminine is there is already responsibility with the power that you have, because feminines have a whole different kind of power. Right? Feminines have a whole different kind of power. This is why when feminines use their power, right, in this reality, they are punished even worse than masculines. Yup. Because you got that body, you got that energy, and you attract much easily than us. We got to work on game. We got to get ourselves together. We got to get in shape. We got to know how to talk to you. We got to do all this stuff to be able to get a woman. A woman, she could be working at McDonald's. And if she pretty, she going to get a rich man. She can get a rich man if she want. But with that comes responsibility. And when you don't use that power that you already have responsibly, you'll be going through shit too. Now, at this time of ascension, divine feminines need to be acting like a divine feminine, being sacred. And they be getting triggered when a lot of us, like masculines do not have the right to speak on what divine feminines are doing, but divine feminines can speak on what masculines ain't doing. We can speak on what each other is doing because we are each other. You are me and I am you. Right? So we have the right to speak on what each other is doing or not doing, because we realize that it affects me, and what you do, what I do affects you. So if I'm seeing something that you are doing which affects me negatively for ascension, I have to speak up now, because many of us already have positions of power. If you are a spiritual teacher online of influence, you have power and you have responsibility. You do. You have been put in that position. There are many beings who can be online making videos and nobody will ever see them. And you think it's just the algorithm. It's not the algorithm. It's the ancestors saying it's not time for you to speak yet. So I'm going to make sure you stay right here until you continue to work on your faculties. You be thinking it's the algorithm, not realizing that you control the whole thing. I'm going to say it again. If you are someone who has tried to post online, right, and you can just not get through to the people, it's because you're not ready yet. You're doing it to yourself. You are the ancestors. You're not ready yet. Look at it and assess it from the higher perspective. Okay, what am I not doing? What am I not working on? What's going on here? Because every single time my views be dropping, sometimes they drop when I go away for a long time and the algorithm will go, but I'm the algorithm too. So it's like, all right, maybe I just got to be more consistent. But when I want to rest, I got to rest. So I got to go away for a little bit. And that's okay too. You got to look at you can't be looking at it just as here no more. You can't look at anything as here. You got to look at it as you're up here, looking down here at all the pieces. Like, okay, why that happen? And then you got to sit in quiet and you get the answers. Getting the answers, you got to just sit in quiet. You get the answers. You get the answers. Facts. Just sit in some quiet. But everything that's happening around you in your reality is you. Ask yourself why it's happening. Don't react to it. Reaction is dissipating your energy. When you immediately react, you dissipate your energy. Don't react. Look, watch, observe, assess. This is the strength of a divine masculine. He can assess, he watches, he observes. He's training. for another position of power. But he has to master this position of power that he has already. Because whatever responsibility that he has will be elevated after he's mastered that responsibility and proven that the responsibility he can handle more. You're not going to get more if you can't handle more. What responsibility do you have right now, Divine Masculine? What responsibility do you have right now? I'm talking about divine responsibility. I'm not talking about work shit. I'm not talking about matrix shit. I'm talking about what divine responsibility do you have right now? Are you doing it? Some of your divine responsibilities right now is just to yourself. Some of your divine responsibilities is just to yourself. Are you mastering that? Are you mastering you? Are you one-on-one with you right now? Are you showing yourself the love that you deserve? Because when you show yourself the love you deserve, you attract people that also show you the love you deserve because they're showing themselves the love they deserve because you're attracting more of you. Naklak subidana, seklek subidanek, seklik. Hello, but I abdo me flest. They may aku almost the flest. You know, a lot of people on YouTube still be asking what this language is. I'm gonna answer one more time and then I'll never answer again. This language is my divine primordial expression. I'm a primordial original being of this realm and others. This language is only my language. Many of them, we in our family, we have different variations and we all understand each other with our own variations. None of us sound identical. We have our own soul's expression. I'm a primordial source God of creation. Many of you are too. Many of you aren't. Many of you are here to learn from the primordial source gods of creation. That's what my language is. It is source God language, source code. But whenever you heard a masculine be able to express this, people would not want to hear that because they were told the masculine is evil. So whatever the masculine projects, which they do not understand, is evil. No, we are both. Masculine is dark and light. Masculine is feminine and masculine. We are balanced. Klasubik. Elevate your minds. And others will call it dragon language because we are primordial dragons. I'm a Lyran dragon, so I'm both. A lion and a dragon in the same sense. That is what the Sphinx was about. The Sphinx were about Lyran dragons. You see? He was a cat. It was a cat and a pharaoh and a cobra. A cat and a cobra. That's a Lyran dragon. The top of the top. Egyptians, Lyran dragons. We're Lyran dragons. Okay? So when you hear me speak, you hear Lyran dragon. All right. All right, this is a good question. Hey, I love Urena. Put that question in the question circle, please. I would love to answer that. Okay. Somebody said thoughts on full body orgasm. Have you or anybody you know experienced that? Listen. Yes, I've experienced a full body orgasm, and that's not what we should be focusing on right now. I think we have to think bigger right now. Now, that is a thing, and it's a byproduct of sexual energy transmutation based off of holdbacks, but that's not what we should be focusing on right now because we're doing something bigger than full body orgasms right now. We're having an orgasm on the planet. The planet's having an orgasm. We need to be focusing on that. Oh, I'm sorry I waved at you by mistake. My bad, bro. That wasn't on. Anybody got a question? Put it in the question circle. All right. So please. Orgasms, sex, right now, it's not important. Because even if you are having sacred energy exchange with somebody who's on your level and you're practicing with them, it's too dangerous unless you're already a master at it. Holdbacks and ejaculations and those things, then it's too dangerous right now for your ascension. And we can focus on that later on. You know what I'm saying? Okay, this is a good question. How do you identify with dragon when the serpent worship is still rooted in deep occultic mysteries that link to back to Baal and Lucifer? Okay, so this is a great question. You got to understand that everything has polarities to it. And even though that there were some beings in our race that link back to malevolent forces, people only see that when they hear this. Like, it's like the malevolent forces just took over everything. They took over good and bad. So you can't even like express what you are as a dragon unless people think about them. Like they did so much here that we can't even look at the benevolent ones no more, right? Because all everybody do when somebody express their primordial tongue is think about the bad. When we actually have an expression of source is good and bad, right? So if you look at it at the higher levels and look at Baal and Lucifer, if those stories that you even heard are real, right? I'm going to say it again. If these stories you even heard are real, many of these stories that we hear about these particular names were given to us in books so we could recite them as if it was our knowledge. But when you attain the genetic memory of these particular beings, some of these beings, it turns out they were not evil. They were given to you before you knew they were not evil. So when you found out about them, you would totally reject them when many of these beings are an aspect of you, which is not evil, or both. It's good and bad. Higher dimensional answer here, okay? Because a lot of people online that have made up these words were deep occultic and all this stuff, they are book read. They're not experience read. They're not tapping into their dormant DNA. They're not tapping into their soul's memory. And they were not these beings. Okay? So you have to look at these things from a higher perspective, because when you begin to reject what somebody else told you things were, you accept another program at a higher level. And spirituality in the spiritual community that we were presented with in the beginning of our awakening stage were presented to you in a way of book knowledge, so you would reject yourself when your true memories came online. Okay? I want you to do some research on these names and find out who they really are. Research, I meaning look inside of you. Because all the genetic memory lies inside of you. You're a melanated goddess, which means you are creation, which means you can find the answers inside of you. Ask yourself what these names are. But you got to remove these programs, because it's like after you leave church and the matrix beliefs, what they meaning the mind that tests you and you're going through initiation. Always they is you, right? At a different polarity. They is the expression of you in a malevolent way, a deceptive way, right? When that happened, as soon as you threw things out, somebody else wanted to fill your cup up again. They filled your cup up again so you can have a new set of beliefs. Now, these beliefs that you are being filled up with are the strongest ones in your lifetime. You're being filled up because now it's tied to your mental and spiritual liberation, which means you now trust it. See, when you're given this knowledge from people who are book read, that many of them don't even realize what they're doing, but because they're also programmed as well, all they do is reiterate a truth that makes them feel good. But it doesn't turn them online to really find out if it was real. So they just do it to you. Because they monetize it, right? Or it just makes them feel good. They have somebody who listens to them now based off of all the work and studying they're doing. See how that works? Because there were some aspects about myself that I found out about that people told me were evil. And I'm like, I just went into them aspects and you don't know the full story. Like, you know, and many of y'all have found out too. Many of y'all found out y'all was beings in lives that did good and bad. But that's the thing. They want you to demonize your aspects so you don't pull power. Even the fact that many of our aspects had done other things in other realities doesn't mean they have to do them here. If you're living in this reality, right now, why does it mean that whatever you did in that reality affects this over here? I can take a malevolent aspect of mine and I can pull power from that malevolent aspect and turn it into good over here. But if you reject that malevolent aspect completely, then you don't pull any power over here from that aspect. And what you do with this knowledge that you acquired over here, that you're acquiring simultaneously living over there, right? You can bring it over here and do something good with it. Remember, we have all these experiences and all these timelines to acquire knowledge and wisdom. However way we express this knowledge and wisdom in this timeline is this timeline. But when we limit ourselves based off of programs that we were taught, we are limited. And we are not limited beings. We are unlimited beings, and we must move as such. Cloxemic. So I hope you understand that particular question, family. Okay. Can you explain the importance of wearing copper and why you wear copper yourself? Well, the importance of why I wear copper, because I'm not going to go into the book read importances that you can find on your chat GPT, because you didn't ask me for a chat GPT answer. The importance of why I wear copper is because I need to ground my voltage. Because I am a deity that has a lot of electrical voltage, I need to wear an excessive amount of copper to be able to create my electro-hieroglyphic light language and to ground the voltage that enters into my avatar at this calibration time. Because of the amount of voltage that enters into my solar plexus, the copper allows me to harness that particular voltage and be able to redirect it inward or outwardly without glitching as I calibrate throughout this particular point in time. I wear it on my wrist, both of my wrists, right? I wear it around my neck. This obsidian here is good for repelling negative energy, and it also holds on to the positive energy. So I can program my obsidian with the copper to do something like that. This particular weave allows me to spiral my energy. And this particular weave allows me to harness it and redirect it. So, and this one allows me to keep the energy in my crown chakra, swirl it around, and then push it in or push it out. And the being who makes my copper, that link is in my description or my story highlights. If y'all want to know the being who makes my copper, because she said that she's open for business, but don't expect her to be the cheapest, because she is really a cosmic blacksmith. She said, call me a coppersmith, but I call her a blacksmith. She's don't mind that, but you know, she's like, I'm a coppersmith. A coppersmith is a being who makes copper. A blacksmith is somebody who makes iron and steel, I believe. But she said it's okay to call her copper blacksmith too, because that's how people know it. But that's why I wear copper. It allows me to manage the voltage that I harness. That's why I have to wear so much. Okay. It's like, I'll give you an example. Before I knew how much energy I was harnessing when I was creating my electro-hieroglyphic light language, I would injure myself by writing it. Because the amount of energy that I take in this finger, in this hand, that comes from my solar plexus, that generates through my body, needs to be insulated, right? So when I would write the electro-hieroglyphic light language, I would sprain my hand. I would blow my wrist out. I would blow my shoulders out. I would injure my back. I would spasm because of the amount of voltage it takes for me to create that particular medicine. So that's why I wear copper. If you want to know another reason why people wear copper, that's just on ChatGPT. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Okay. Let me see. Any more questions here? Yeah, so divine masculines, you know, you are going through initiation, and you got to take that very seriously, because there's a lot of beings that are, that are watching you right now that do not want you to attain your power. And at this particular point in time, they're really going to try to test you. They're going to try, because you know who you are. You know they would never test you if you were in your divine position. But they test you because you're not there yet. And if they test you and they get you to dissipate your energy because of them, that slows you down. Okay? That will slow you down. Do not let them dissipate your energy through sex, by reaction, or anything like that. Okay? Don't let them do that. At all. Okay? So, somebody said I've been seeing a lot of celebrities. It's interesting. Matter of fact, I don't think nothing of it, because I don't think nothing of them. I really don't. Celebrities are placeholders to me for the real ones, right? And I find that when we give them too much energy, we're doing a 3D type of thing. And they're placeholders for us. They are irrelevant at this stage of the game. They're entertainment. They're paid to entertain you, to enter your mind into a containment which doesn't allow you to see. That's what entertainment is. Enter your mind into a containment which doesn't allow you to see. All right? So there are placeholders and they're entertainment. If you want to see, don't focus on entertainment and those in entertainment at all. And if they come in your dreams, ask yourself what it is you're watching that allows them to enter into your subconscious mind. Because I guarantee there is something and somewhere that you allow them to enter into your subconscious mind. Right? So you take that information and you do what you need to do with it. At the end of the day, I love you all. Somebody said, okay, I'm before I go, does anybody have any more questions before I go? 'Cause I'm about to go. Well, okay. So you said you don't be thinking about them or watching them. Well, that means they're thinking about you. Oh, okay. Okay, here we go. I got one for you. Here's a good one. For y'all who are online or not online, there is a network, right? I got one more for y'all before I go, because I got to do this. There's a network that you don't have access to called the God Network. People who are rich watch this network. And this network highlights all of the gods who are awakening, all the royal beings that are awakening here on this plane of existence. And in this God Network, they have access to you through every camera that you know and don't know that you had that's around you right now. Cameras in your car, cameras in the street lights, cameras in the market, cameras on your phone, cameras in your Black Mirror TV, cameras through your mirror. I'm talking about magical shit here, right? And many of them celebrities are watching you right now. They be watching you through these fake accounts. They be watching you through all their demonic, because a lot of them are into some demonic shit. So that's why where they at. A lot of them are immortals. A lot of them celebrities are immortals. I guess we're going to go here. Right? A lot of these celebrities have been living for hundreds of years. They're your family members. Right? A lot of them are your family members that are watching you, and they don't want you to come back into power, because when you do, you're going to get them the fuck out of here. Right? They're your bloodline that are on the other side, in the boule side of things. And they're the ones that are continuing to recycle themselves throughout this system as different people. So what happens is, like in previous generations, they fake their deaths and they go away for like 30, 40, 50 years, right? And then when a new generation rises, they come back again as a new celebrity, or they get a surgery and they become somebody else entirely, white or black. Somebody said, do I charge for one-on-one talks? I'm about to, again. I don't know how much time I'll be having. It's going to be a limited window if I do, family. It's going to be a limited window when I do. when I bring my consultations back, because we got to build. But anyway, so celebrities be doing that, and they're pretending to be you. They live for a long time too, but they don't have the kind of power that you're coming into, because this planet sun doesn't give them that kind of power anymore. But they still have the knowledge of how to get to you. They still know how to move into astrals. They know how to do divinations. They know how to do sigils. They know how to put your aspects in jars. They know how to do all these things. They still know how to do that stuff, right? But once you come back into your power fully, backed by your ancestors and your cosmic family, they can't do this no more. So what they do is they go into your dream state trying to attack you, or they will watch you through other accounts trying to throw magic at you. And now that magic is coming back at them right now. They knew they had limited time for their fun on this planet. And they've been having fun on this planet for a very long time. I'm sure you've watched other videos where people will show you celebrities that were celebrities under different names, like in 1930s, and they look just like the ones here now. That's not a coincidence. That is them. With different makeup, a little different change of characteristics, but that's really just them. They're immortal. Right? They're immortal. And the jig is up now. So that could be that too. That's just what yeah. So just think about that. All right. So I'm gonna get out of here. I love y'all. Y'all keep on. I'm gonna let y'all just talk, because y'all be saying things that make me want to speak on. And I got nothing but time. I do what I feel. I don't have no plan. I do what I feel, yo. So I feel like being live right now. So we talking. Eddie Murphy is a family member of mine. He's in my bloodline. He doesn't age. Yep. He doesn't age. He looks like my dad, who's also an immortal. You don't think I know. He an immortal too. That's why he don't age either. Y'all saw my dad, you'd be like, what the fuck? Nigga, you how old? That's a lie. You're not 70, you're like 30, nigga. For real. I mean, yo. Some of y'all who are a part of this bloodline, you got family members who are immortal. And they don't be aging. Yup. So, hey, they be trying to come in the choppers. They've been watching us with the helicopters. They just watching us. Sometimes when the helicopters come, that be your detail too. So everybody who follow you around is not malevolent, right? Everybody who follow you around isn't malevolent, right? So look at that too. Every time somebody watching you with a plane or whatever, it's not always malevolent. Sometimes that'll be like, you know how royalty will have a detail that be following them around, and they be just getting tired of it. Like if you ever think about any royal movie you watch with any royalty, and they be getting annoyed as shit with the detail, and all they want to do is go into town and mix in with the regular folks. Well, that's you. Right now, you're in Earth, mixing in with the regular folks, and your details like, I gotta watch this maniac. But you've been moving around so much, so they be watching you in the helicopters and in the planes and in the cars. You don't realize how many eyes are truly on you that are for you right now. So all of them are not malevolent. It's just that because they all look alike, it's very difficult to tell them apart. So, yeah. That's that. So, yeah. I'm going to go, y'all. I love y'all. Y'all want me to save this video on here? Because I'm going to put this on YouTube too. But do y'all want me to save this video on here? What y'all want me to do? For everybody who want me to save this video, put a 1 below. I get like 10 ones, I'm out. I'll save it. If I get like 5, I'm not going to save it. I'm going to just take it off, put it on YouTube. Somebody said no, don't save it. Yes, sir. That's 1, 2, 3. Just YouTube. 4, 5, 6. That's still 6. 7. No. Uh-oh. 8, 9, 10. You can't do yes twice. I see you. Nah, I see you, yo. All right. No, actually, that's 9. That's not 10. You did it twice. That's 9. All right, well, YouTube. All right, I'm doing it for YouTube, y'all. You can't keep on. I'm doing it for YouTube. Check it out on YouTube, and I'll piece it together for Instagram. Sorry, y'all. That's what it's going to be. And that's actually what my spirit was telling me. I just wanted to see I just wanted to see if y'all was going to confirm it. I got 9. So, yeah, I'm not going to save it. I'm just going to put it on YouTube. I got y'all. So, yeah, I'll do that. And then I love y'all. I'll talk to y'all till the next video. And I might open up calls again, because I feel like a lot of y'all divines got to talk to me. Divine masculine and feminine got to talk to me on a one-on-one type of thing. And I might open that up too. But I ain't going to be cheap. So, you know, it is what it is. I love y'all. Talk to y'all soon. Klak se mi aan. Ik se klek zo bij den. Klek o stisch. Shit de karana. So klumik.